What is up? Welcome to Weeb's Guild. We're talking the weekly My Hero Academia chapter 316, titled The Next, which should really be Your Next, but maybe a little bit of a spoiler for the chapter. Yeah. What'd you think of the chapter?
I thought it was pretty good still. Like, even though we just got to see Lady Nagant get blown up, you know.
So I've talked multiple times about how I really like the recap parts of it, where it's like, oh,
hmm
like once the big action ends, then we get to see kind of like the fallout. I thought this chapter was a weird one because like it
Oh,
was we were gonna kind of get what I wanted, where like it's like, oh, we get to see what happens after, but it went so fast, it was
okay.
crazy.
I was just about to ask. I'm like, did I miss something? Like, it literally skipped to the next part, like almost instantly,
And
and I was
so
just
was
like,
that a time skip,
"Huh."
by the way? Did they so Lady Nagant, falls down and they're like, Lady Nagant, please tell us, like, we know you're still a hero. And then she's like, oh, okay, well, in a few months they're gonna be transferred to here. So did they just skip a few months, or did they immediately go from there to there?
I'm. I feel like they probably just went there
Mm-hmm.
because All for One literally says, "Oh, I knew you'd be here, and if this happened, it's because Lady Nagant bit the dust or whatever the
Yeah, I
saying
thought it
is."
was. The moment I was reading this, the moment that Lady Nagant was like, "Oh, they're gonna be transferred here," I immediately was like, "Well, didn't fucking one All for One didn't All for One already basically comment on something else she had said previously? So
hmm
clearly he can hear what she is saying."
Yeah. Well, I don't know if he could
Because didn't
hear.
she was like
Yeah.
saying she was saying something to I this is going off of memory. She was saying something to Deku, and I'm pretty sure All for One or yeah, All for One chimed in and like said something. So I just kind of like when she said that, I was like, wait, can he surely he could hear that? And then yeah, sure shit. It's like, oh yeah, I knew that was gonna happen.
Yeah, and then just pop.
And I kind of like that it was basically, All Might, when he defeated All for One, said the "You're next" line to Deku, and
Yep,
then now it's
very
All
much.
for One saying the "You're next" line to
Yes,
Deku, and
but more of a like
yeah, yeah,
kill
it
you
was
kind of
like,
thing. Yeah,
damn, it was like fucking,
it's straight
I don't
calling
know.
him out.
We were kind of talking about like Aizen and like All for One. They're starting to get pretty similar with these. I knew this was gonna
I
happen, and the
Yep.
rhetorical, like the rebuttals going back. I was like, ooh,
hmm
wow, I don't know.
It's like, but you saw how angry Deku was. He stormed in there first.
Yeah, which I do like. Like I
hmm
was just surprised about like we didn't. I guess we didn't get as much like Fallout as I was hoping to kind of like see the wrap up of that. But it is interesting to basically show, and I think All for One comments on it that it's like Deku is basically going to burn himself out. Is like he's
hmm
already told Deku is like you're going to keep working yourself. You're going to try to stay this optimistic person. You're eventually just going to burn yourself out because it's never going to change. It's like nothing is going
Yeah,
to change.
he straight up calls him out on it,
Mhm.
and he's just like, I knew you would do this. He, like you said, he Eisens it pretty much. He's probably, and I love the fact that he says, I used to be all about All Might. Now I'm more interested in you.
Yep. And
And I was just
it's
like,
so interesting. He's
ooh.
like, the moment I went to prison, All Might was done for me. It was like, I switched to
hmm
you immediately. It was like, ooh, it was like, that's a big rip. And so that makes you think, like, Deku was like, oh, I'm going to be smart here and leave school. So he
hmm
doesn't target you. But he's like, no, I wanted you. It's like, now it's all
Yeah.
you. You're by yourself, my guy. It's like, I'm coming straight for you.
Do you think he's gonna start throwing enemies at him? He's like, I'm gonna pick this guy over
Well,
here.
they
He
kind
should
of
test his new
so like
skills.
Lady Nagant kind of like drops that is like, oh, it's not just me. Like there was like
hmm
multiple guys that have kind of taken this on as well under All for One,
Yeah,
and it's getting dangerous out there for Deku, and I think
yeah.
that's basically what it's ramping up to.
We saw an Akatsuki kind of level reveal
Hmm.
where
Hmm.
everyone is shadowed out. You haven't unlocked this player kind
Yep.
of thing, and I'm excited for it. Like, it's just like, damn, okay,
Yeah,
so we got some
it's
more
moving
heavy hitters.
very fast. It's crazy. I thought for sure after this fight we would take a little bit. Lady Nagant would maybe get some showtime or something. She would either die. Which, by the way, the fact that we did not see her straight up die and we did not see Chisaki do anything overhaul,
Yep,
I'm going to go ahead and assume that means they will be coming back 100%.
I agree. I love Lady Nagant. She is amazing. Chisaki, I hope, can be kind of like healed and turned into a good guy because he would be kind of cool to have.
Yeah, yeah, he would be. I mean, if he can somehow use his power still, which is yet hasn't been shown if it's for sure
As we've
Dunzo.
seen, though, a lot of these people haven't awakened their quirk fully. I mean, Uraraka
Mm.
was it Uraraka or was it Himiko that used like a full gravity thing to lift everybody off the
Well, and
ground?
also the main bad guy, he upgraded his
Yeah.
decay to where he it just fucking spreads now.
hmm
So
Yeah.
Shigaraki,
So,
by the way, came to me after I said that.
oh,
So-
Imagine Bakugo's fully awakened form.
Yeah, I mean, but you bring up a good point. That being said, a lot of the people we've seen so far who like haven't fully awakened their stuff are kids. So,
Yeah.
you know, who knows? But that also being said, counterpoint Endeavor does go like plus ultra in the like, you know, when he's fighting against the high grade
Yeah.
Nomu. So it is possible. I would just assume that means they're coming back since they just like, especially the fact that Overhaul didn't do anything. Like he literally showed up and had no reason except for Deku to give a quick quirk or like quip about wishing he was sorry for Eri.
Yeah, because I mean, he obviously tortured her, and he's like, "Oh, if you feel sorry for your boss or want to apologize, you should apologize to her. You fucked her up."
Yeah, and I have a hard time believing that the only reason for Overhaul to come back was just to like to show off that
Apologize or
Deku's
be a
like a I don't know, bigger man or still upset about Eri. I don't believe that to be the case, so I think they will come back, which should be pretty fucking sick because I do like Lady Nagant.
I think so. It'd be pretty cool. Yeah, I liked her a lot. I mean, and the fact that Hawks calls her his senpai and stuff, he's like, "Hey, I'm your replacement," kind of.
Yep.
I thought that was badass. Yeah.
So how do you think Deku is surviving the explosion? Is there just gonna be a new quirk?
Ooh, it has to be, because at the end of all of this, we see, and it's just him and Endeavor at this point.
Yeah.
They just walk in and just get blown up. Do you think Endeavor shielded him from the fire?
Possible. It's possible. Even if that was the case, I don't think Endeavor will be dying there. Like that's not gonna.
I don't think so. No,
Endeavor's not gonna give his life for him. But they're definitely both surviving. I'm just interested to see how that is gonna happen. And it was really cool. It's the classic. Oh, watch this thing. Boom. Been done a million times. But yeah, I get.
And I was like, oh, Mount Lady's there. We got Best Genius, the Kamui guy, and Ed Shot. I'm like, holy fuck! I hope they don't die.
Yeah. It's so interesting. It's kind of like. Just the last little bit kind of shows that all these pro heroes are basically they're also like done fucking around, you know? They're like, all right, let's fucking go. Let's get this thing on. Like we're gonna storm this fucking house. Fuck that. It's like, oh, okay.
And I love Deku with the mask on and everything.
Yes, yeah. He ain't fucking around.
Dude, he looks legit. But I was happy to see that All Might was not hurt or injured in any way when he pulled back up, you know.
Yeah. The car was fucked up, but you know, he was looking good.
I wonder what's in that suitcase, and it better not be his food.
So, two questions for you, Jose. First one, do you think that fact that All for One has basically like said, "Hey, I don't give a fuck about All Might anymore. I'm coming after you." Do you think that lessens the likelihood of All Might dying in a horrible death?
No, not at all. Because
would you still say that's coming?
I still say that's coming. Like I would understand if it came, but if it didn't, I'd be okay because I love All Might and I don't want him to get hurt. But I still think he's gonna take a bullet for Deku.
Yeah, I think so too. I think that's most likely.
Or one of the kids, something like that.
I think it'll be Deku. It just makes the most sense, logical. It would have the biggest impact. Second question, Jose. How are you gonna feel when next chapter Deku actually dies and we just move on?
I like Deku, especially new.
It fucking
badass.
cuts in. He's just blown to fucking smithereens. It's just like, well, shit.
And here's how Bakugo became the world's greatest hero.
Yep. It was like, well, Deku was kind of number one for a while, and then not so much.
Yeah, I mean, he was number one in a lot of pieces.
Yeah. Well, shit. Okay. Well, I mean, that's kind of the chapter. There's not super a lot to talk about in this one, but it was still very good, very fast paced. Which
it was fast paced, and I liked it, so it was totally cool. It was Black Clover speeds.
Yeah. Oh, totally. That's a great explanation. Yeah. So we'll be back for another chapter review Friday nights for My Hero Academia. So be sure to leave a like and subscribe. Of course, let us know what you think. I'm really interested to know how you guys think he's surviving an explosion from inside of a mansion. So let us know in the comments down below. And of course, if we miss anything, be sure to let us know that as well. And join our Discord where we have a My Hero Academia channel. We can talk about it for both the anime and the Danger Sense is a great idea, Jose. For the anime and the manga. So you can talk to us there about anything else you want to do. And we'll see you guys next time. Thanks for watching.